All right, all right. Welcome to the Strong Side Podcast. My name's Mitchell Black, and I am your host. And today we have an awesome guest. I'm really actually excited about today's topic. But before we get going, man, hey, I really appreciate all the 5 stars that you guys are giving us, all the reviews that you've hit us up on Apple Music with. I appreciate it. If you could just, I don't know, maybe if you haven't done it, if you could do it and be a winner, that'd be fantastic. And but let's talk about what we got going on today. Today's episode is called Build Your Empire, and today we have strong side athlete Christian Blackstock on the show. And along with being devilly handsome, he is a lifelong entrepreneur. He is a weightlifter extraordinaire, joke tellsman of the century, and I don't know, he's a cool dude. And he owns an All Dry. And I didn't tell you in the video setup that we look at each other, not the video, because it's weird if you look at the video.
Look at you in the eyes?
Yeah, the whole time. But with that being said, I'm going to introduce Mr. Christian Blackstock.
Thanks, Mitch. Thanks for having me, man. Yeah, I'm Christian. I'm a member here at Strong Side. I've been here for about a year and a half now.
Yep.
Yeah, right at a year and a half.
See if you can get in the camera. You had 2 jobs. Get in the camera and stay close to the mic.
This is good.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to kiss you.
I don't know.
So I came from a gym in Roswell, and then I moved over here, and I actually Googled gyms in Woodstock, and Strong Side was one of the ones that popped up. I tried 3 other ones, actually the one next door too. I didn't try it. I walked in and then kind of walked out. Sorry.
You tried 3 other gyms before you came here?
Well, including that one.
I would include that one, but yes, you tried.
But I didn't try it out. Like,
oh, got you.
I
went in.
I went in and wasn't feeling it, and then I did the one in Kennesaw.
So we were number 4.
Number 4.
And somehow you just liked it here. Mm-hmm. What'd you like about it here? Other than my smile.
For me, it's the first 30 seconds. I walked in. It was just you were inviting. Team was inviting. There was no big egos. And it attracts all different kind of people. You know, some of these gyms just attract a bunch of meatheads with a lot of testosterone. It's kind of annoying after a while. I enjoy lifting and doing all that, but I also enjoy, a lot of it is camaraderie for me. Camaraderie, hanging out with good folks, and just having a good time while getting fit.
Yeah, I do hear that a lot. A lot of people would just be like, I was at a gym before and nobody was nice there. Like,
Exactly.
They'll say, actually what they'll say is, you have so many nice people here. And I'm like, where do you guys hang out at?
It's surprising. I mean, some of these gyms, they're not inviting, and sometimes they're too intense as well. That's the thing I like about Strong Side, is it all levels, no matter how good you are or you're brand new to this world, there's scaling options, and y'all are also, my biggest thing is I would have to scale back some of the cardio stuff. I could do the weight, just the cardio, and if I had to scale something back in here, you're more than open to giving me something. You don't judge about it, whereas a lot of these other gyms do, which is
no, as long as as long as you show up on time to class, like, we don't really care. Christian is the staple of prompt.
Hey, I always get here.
That's true. As long as you're here, dude, I don't care.
I'm just not a big warm-up guy.
Yeah.
It's like football practice. I didn't enjoy warm-ups.
You just want to hit people.
Yeah, let's get after it.
How long did you play football for?
18 years. 16 years.
How's that even possible? Would you start playing at like 1?
Hold on.
How many times did you hit in the
14
head?
years.
Okay. 14 years. So you played all through what, elementary school?
All through
all 6 years in high school.
All high school. So what is that?
How long did you go for? I went for 4. Did you go for 5? Or?
4.
Okay.
4, 8.
Yeah. Okay.
Your math is off.
No, I didn't know how long you were in high school for. I was just wondering. He's not catching my joke. All right, but so you play? What'd you play in football, like in high school and stuff?
Defensive end.
And for not myself, but other people that might not know what a defensive
I
end
played
is,
defensive
what is
end.
that?
I was on the defensive line, so we were the one trying to tackle the quarterback, get the ball.
Got it. So I played 1 game of football growing up. This is a true story.
Oh, God.
I was on the football team. I was on the Raiders. and I didn't know what I was doing. So literally the coach would say those weird words like you did. You're the defensive line or like whatever. And I didn't know what they were. So he was like, he just looked at me and he said, look, get the dude with the ball.
Exactly.
And I said, all right, got it.
That's all you got to do.
I wasn't able to make that happen, but I tried. And then I quit after the first game because I was 100% sure. I was like, the coach does not like me. My mom's like, why doesn't he like you? And I didn't know the difference between like offense and defense. And I said, he only let me play half the game. Yeah. Swear to God.
That's pretty bad.
And she's like, you should just stop playing because you don't know what you're doing.
That's good advice from your mom.
Yep. So I really want to have you on the show to talk about like, you know, the name of this episode is Building Your Empire.
Yeah.
And you're a cool dude and it's been awesome getting to like build a relationship with you and stuff. But like, how old are you?
24.
24. And you've done some pretty cool stuff. Like, what do? You have this duck company now, All Dry. I saw your All Dry vans up here, but
yeah, we got our GM goes here and he drives his tech van to the gym just in case he's got to go.
Man, that's cool.
Got to be ready to rock.
So what's All Dry?
So All Dry is my newest venture. We are a mitigation restoration business. So we do water, any kind of water leak, flood, residential or commercial, any kind of septic backup or anything that you might have in your house where you need water taken out and some of the house demoed to get ready for a rebuild or whatever it is. We do that on a commercial and residential level. And then we also do mold remediation. So down here in the South, you'll see it a lot. We were on a water job last night at about midnight, and then we got all the water off the floor, got everything taken care of, water turned off, started doing the demo to get everything dry and put fans on the baseboards and up the drywall and everything, and we ripped it back, and it was mold.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, which is big. And mold can be pretty serious depending on what it is. So we had an assessor go out this morning, and he's going to test it and let us know what it is, and then we'll make a game plan from there.
Does he test it like Men in Black? You know, and he walks out there with the dirt scooper,
exactly
everything.
Like it.
Exactly.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then it spins in colors, and he's like,
it is pretty cool.
Not green, not green.
He does like an air tester. It's pretty cool, and then a swab. And then he'll come back with a protocol and let us know. So we'll come in, set up contaminated rooms and everything, and then rip the mold up, and then get rid of it.
So you do that, and then you have a tree company, build tree houses or something?
Yeah. So I own a part of a commercial residential tree business. So we do large tree removal. A lot of it is storm damage. So trees on a house fell in a parking lot or something like that. We'll go clean it up. And then we do, big residential tree removal where, hey, I want these 10 trees off my property. We'll go and cut them.
So you do it like for aesthetics and then also for uh-oh?
Correct. Yeah, but the uh-oh is our biggest market. So when that big tornado hit down in Noonan, Coweta County, we did a lot of work down there.
Gotcha.
Just trees all over the place on houses and everything. And that's kind of what got me into the All Dry business. It's all insurance work. So.
But in your spare time, you also own salons?
I own 4 hair salons in Atlanta. I have a really good operating team there that kind of operates the day-to-day. Shout out Ashley. They're a huge help. So I have really good partners in that too as well.
And you do the hair at these hair salons?
No, Mitch, I don't do hair.
Can I come see you for a haircut?
No.
Oh.
Can I see you come make me a protein shake?
I will gladly whip you up a protein shake. That's all I do all day. But the hair salon started first.
Yeah, the hair salon started first. That's I think our first one was open when I was 19.
So start there, dude. All right, so at 19, this was me at 19. I had $20. Maybe I was 18. I was 18 or 19. I had $20 and I just left my house and it cost me $10 in gas to get where I was going. And I had a book bag and a bicycle in the back of my truck. I wore skull T-shirts that would like that affliction type stuff that glittered because I was 100% sure that, I'd put that on and be like, dude, chicks are going to dig this.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to get 2 black bands tattooed around my forearm right here because I was like, dude, I won't be able to keep girls off of me. Like that would be the only reason to get 2 black bands. And I had earrings with spiked hooped earrings, and I worked at the front desk at Lifetime Fitness. And remember Boomhauer from King of the Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody said I looked like Boomhauer off King of the Hill. And
hey, Kim, if you ever need a different man, we'll find you somebody else. This
so
is crazy.
So that's Mitchell at 19, and I couldn't imagine owning a hair salon. I couldn't even imagine owning a vehicle and or any responsibility. I didn't even know a plant. How did you get to that?
So really, straight out of high school, I went to college, went to Georgia State, and I at the same time I started a commercial cleaning company. So we would clean residential or commercial floors, 191 Peachtree Center, the Ritz-Carlton. We would clean any upholstery, as in couches, carpet, big drapes in a ballroom or whatever. We'd clean all that. And that kind of took off a little bit. I still own a percentage of that today. And then kind of got bored with it. Wasn't my passion. Wanted to find something else. And then I had a really good mentor at the time and went to him and presented the salon idea. And then I opened 2 with him and then went out and opened another 2. My most recent one is in Buckhead on Far Road. And we're killing it. We're doing great. So it's a salon suite concept. For those that don't know what that is, it's a building where I come in and I build individualized suites with a hair sink and all the furniture, hair chair, all that they'll need. And then I turn around and I lease them. And I think I have 130 suites.
And you have like 2 employees or something like that, right?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I just charge them rent. They're in charge of getting their own clients, collecting their own money, doing their own thing. We're really there to, hey, my light bulb's out.
Yeah.
Or, hey, you're late on rent, pay up.
So those are your 2 jobs: change light bulbs and collect rent. Got it. How did you? So that's pretty fascinating, though. So I know for me is what I wanted to do, and what I still do to this day is, you got to commit to success. Like it's just like, look, I mean, I have a total different story, obviously, with my cool tattoos and skull T-shirts, but I mean, I was like, look, dude, I'm just gonna commit to this thing. I know what the outcome that I want to be. I don't really know how I'm gonna get there. But that's just what I did. I was like, I got to commit to success, figure the rest out later. Whatever success is for you, whether it's own a gym or at the time I was a personal trainer and I wanted to get 15 clients, like you got to commit to that success. But there's always like a step 1. I mean, 19 years old, and then 20, 21, you have like 2 of these, and then 24, there's 3-4 different businesses. All right, I have a skull T-shirt and black band tattoos on my forearms, and I come up to you and I'm like, Mr. Christian, I just need step 1. What do I do at 19?
So my biggest thing is, and it's hard at a young age. I mean, I'm young. I'm 24. I still don't know exactly what I want to do the rest of my life. I know it's going to be something along the lines of being an entrepreneur. But the biggest thing I would tell them to do is get under somebody that knows what they're doing. If you don't know what you're doing and you don't know what you want to do, find something that you think you might want to do and go follow them. Whether that's, hey, I want to go open a gym. If I was 19 and I want to go open a gym and I knew Mitchell, I would go to the gym and say, hey, Mitchell, I want to eventually open my own gym, and I want to work for you and I want to learn how to do it. And that's what I'd do. So like I said, yeah, you got to go find somebody to work under.
Would you work for free?
If you want it that bad.
I was going to ask you that because I would too.
Yeah, if you want it that bad, if that's something you want that bad. Now me, I'm a little different. I mean, I definitely took a lot of risk. And before I opened this business, I put in every dollar that I had into it.
Oh no, I feel you. I'm just saying, like, if I, like that scenario, if somebody wanted to open a gym, or if I wanted to open a salon suite, I would go to the salon suite owner.
That's what I would do.
And I'm trying to learn something, right? Like, yeah. I don't know anything. The valuable piece to me is the knowledge that you can give me. And if I went to Christian, I said, look, don't pay me nothing. I just want to learn. I'll be your do boy. I'll be
Yeah.
here every minute, every hour, every day.
Yeah, that's a great. I mean, my I guess you could say I kind of did the same thing. My mentor and my first investor, um, I would knock on his door and mow his yard. I would clean his pool. Every Christmas I'd go over there and take his Christmas tree out of his house, sweep up. I would clean the gutters. Um,
And none of this had anything to do with the actual business.
no,
You just
no.
wanted to be around intelligence.
Yeah, I wanted to be around intelligence, and I wanted him to see that I'm not scared to work hard, because I'm not. That's the other thing. You got to be willing to take sacrifices. I mean, you know how it is, Mitch. It never stops. Especially with this new business I got, All Dry. I mean, I hired 3 employees out the gate, and one of them basically running the company for me, but I'm still there. Last night when they found that mold, they called me down in Athens. I was sitting at home. I'm on the road. I'm going. So that'd be my biggest 2 cents. And at 19, it might be, hey, I want to be a really good student. Okay, that's great. Be the best student. Beat everybody else at it. Be the best. Work hard at it.
Go ask the professors how you can help them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be a teacher's pet. Who cares? Everybody used to give me crap. I was a teacher's pet, and but I wasn't the smartest, and I always didn't do my homework. But I graduated Walton with a 3.5 because I was a teacher's pet.
Boom.
Every teacher loved me. When I was out sick, no biggie. I always treated them fair, and they treated me fair.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's like, but if somebody came up to either of us, like that didn't know anything about the industry, I would be more apt to give that person a lot more information and time, knowing that they just wanted to learn and grow and do something for free, rather than like be paid for it. Because the root of the conversation we're having is that the person doesn't know anything. We're not talking about a seasoned professional. Somebody owns 5 All Dries and they want to come work for you. That's different. That's not what we're talking about.
No, I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, for a person like me, I mean, I'm gonna speak for myself. I can't speak for Mitch, but if a kid came to me and said, "Hey, I really want to learn this. I want to do this," I mean, kudos to him for having the guts to walk up to me and ask that and do that. I do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But a lot of kids at 19 still don't know what they're doing and don't know what they want to do. But like I said, find something that you think you might like or could enjoy and go do it, and work hard at it and work overtime and put your head down and grind.
Yeah, that's all really good. Like that's because it's like an intangible first step. Like I know a lot of people want like, oh, well, I got to get this money, or I got to get this like whatever, or I don't know, dude. You got to build good relationships. You got to work really hard. You got to show that you even deserve the opportunity before the world or whatever you want to call it will give you the opportunity.
Yeah. The first step is going, especially those really, really, really successful guys, you have some, but 80% of those people, if you go up to them and say, "Hey, this is what I want to do. Do you have any words of advice for me? Do you know anywhere I can go?" Most of them are going to take the time to talk to you because they did the same thing.
I had you talk about your first mentor, my first mentor, he told me that. And none of this is really, I didn't even really see the outcome of it till the past couple of years, but he was so true. I've met some really successful people, and like, you'll just go talk to them and all they want to do is talk to you. Like if you legit just show me how to do this better. I have a question. I own a gym. You own a gym. Now the person I'm talking to owns way bigger gyms than I own, but like, they're like, "Oh, that's cool. You just want to talk?" They just want somebody to like help.
Well, because they're paying it forward, because most likely they did it. Somebody helped them and they're paying it forward. And you do have those, 20 to 15% that just, too good for anybody else, but those aren't people you want to be around anyways.
It's something like 85% of millionaires are self-made. Or something like that. And the cool thing about self-made, I had another mentor tell me this, self-made means that, yes, you had people help you. It just means you believed in yourself before other people believed in you.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the biggest thing. I mean, obviously everybody gets hate, but, I've had a lot of hate that, that's not going to work. Oh, you're being too risky.
What was the biggest haterade?
When I dropped out of college. When I dropped out of college to pursue my businesses. And there was a lot of people coming at all different angles. You're an idiot. Shouldn't have dropped out of college. You should have stayed in college. You need a college degree. It's great to have. It's a huge plus. Just got to work a little bit harder.
Yeah,
and you got to be prepared to do so.
I think it has its pros and its cons, and it's also what you want to do. I don't think getting a degree is going to help you open 3 hair salons and 3 all dries. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like if you want to be that entrepreneur deal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's in a lot of these colleges have these entrepreneur classes, and that can be awesome to join in if you want to be an entrepreneur, but you're not ready to take that next step. And there's a lot of groups that they have that are good groups. Obviously, you vet them out, but there's some good ones here in town that you can join, and figure out what you want to do. Because that's the hardest thing. At 18, 19, people don't know what they want to do, and that's okay. But it can be that stepping block to get you where you want to go. Salons is not what I want to do the rest of my life, but it's a stepping block to get me to where I want to go.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and some of those entrepreneur places can be a little dangerous in the sense of like, I know Fairy Tale Land is come up with an idea and you do these seed rounds of investing, and before you even hit the road, your $40 million valuation. But the reality is what you said. There's mold an hour and a half away at 11 o'clock at night, and I got a phone call. And if I don't show up, the competitor's going to show up.
You're darn right. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. You got to be ready to grind. I look at it, if a gym was easy to do, if a mold business and mitigation business was easy to do, everybody'd be doing it. It's not easy. If you're to build what you want to build, no matter what it is, whether it's a gym, a mitigation business, a salon, a chiropractor, an insurance office, whatever it is, you got to be prepared to grind and do better than the next guy.
And like always be innovating.
Always.
Yeah.
Don't get stuck in your ways. Go listen to things like this. I know you do. I listen to a lot of podcasts, take advice from guys way more successful than I'll ever be. And if I can take a smidgen of that and put it in my daily life or my business, then it's awesome.
Every time I listen to a podcast or read a book, I'm always like, I'm looking for the $1 million nugget.
Exactly.
I mean, like you'll listen to a whole 2-hour podcast and the whole thing sucked, but there was one sentence and you're like, oh, that's it. That's what I needed.
Yep. And I was actually, that's funny you listened to one, you said that because I was listening to one of the other, it's been a while, probably a couple of years ago, but I listened to it again the other day, and it was talking about wanting success so bad. Use the metaphor of when you're underwater, somebody's got your head underwater.
Talking about E.T.?
E.T.
Or is it E.T. or C.T.?
E.T.'s the alien.
Eric Thomas.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was.
Anyways, go ahead.
But somebody was quoting him. It was not E.T. from the alien from the movie. But he's talking about, if somebody has you underwater and has their hand on top of your head, do you want the success as bad as you want to breathe? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how bad do you want it? Like, are you willing to do scratch, claw, fight, yell, scream, lose relationships and do things to be able to get where you want to be?
Because 100%. Because what he's really talking about is when you're being held underwater, the only thing you're thinking about is breathing.
Yep.
When
your blinders are on.
Most of the time, you're like, I want to be successful. I want to do this thing, but not as bad as you want to party.
Exactly.
Not as bad as you want to be accepted by other people.
Yep.
Not as bad as you want to have friends. Not as bad as you want to, hang out with this girl or buy this car right now. You're putting everything on chance for later to be solely focused on breathing.
Yep. That's exactly the same thing as success, in my opinion. Some people might say that's a little intense, but it's true. I mean, that's what's going to differentiate you from the 20,000 other gyms in the United States. You're going to be a step above them at all times.
Well, even you, like with your hair salons, dude. I mean, like, I know you the most with your hair salons, but like how dedicated you are with every little detail of every little item of furniture being delivered. Exactly. Even though, like what you said earlier, I have all these people that rent from me and only have 3 employees. Like, yes, that's true, but you're extremely dedicated to all those people that lease from you.
Oh yeah, you're darn right. I mean, I had the bug man show up to spray this morning down at Buckhead, and I made sure I was there to let all the girls know that we got to go in their room and spray their bugs and de-escalate any kind of situation if they had a customer in there or anything. it's not micromanaging. It's taking care of my people.
Yeah.
Because also one room, 100 square feet there goes for $450 a week. So
Yeah, a lot of people aren't going to see the 40 grand a year.
No, exactly. So that's why I go down there. People are, oh, you're micromanaging. Oh, yeah, but no, that one room, 35, 40 grand a year.
Yeah.
So, and also my name means something in the marketplace, and I want to take care of my people, and I always want to have a clean name. I don't ever want to piss anybody off or upset somebody or anything like that.
Yeah.
Which it does happen, but I don't do it intentionally.
Yeah, the reputation.
Huge.
Yeah. How do you feel like when you conduct your businesses, how much of it is like, I got to do the right thing for me? Like, I have to have a good reputation.
Well,
It's the right thing to do.
Yeah, a lot of it is for me. I mean, I guess my biggest obstacle or decision I had to make in the past 6 months, which was pretty big, is with this all dry business, was I going to get in the rebuild of it? Was I going to get in the rebuild of after I tear the floors out and get the carpet up and get the drywall? Am I going to come back and rebuild this? And, I thought and I prayed about it. And I was like, I'm not going to do it. Reason being is if I'm a mitigation company and I come up and rip your floor up and I am demoing your walls, I'm going to go a little bit higher on those walls. I'm going to rip up a little bit more carpet. So I don't even want that temptation. I want to stay what I'm good at, and I want to let somebody else do the rebuild. And I want to stay honest, and don't ever want anybody to go, well, hey, that all dry team, they came and ripped that other bedroom out and there was no water in there so they could lay down more floor. Because it's obviously, people get tempted with that, but that temptation is not even there. I've eliminated that temptation. So I want to keep, my name and my partners and my, colleagues, keep all our names clean along with all dry. That's important to me.
Yeah, because if you're good for you, then you're good for everybody else.
Exactly, and even if nobody ever figured out, it's still on me, and it's not the right thing to do. And you gotta take care of your name. You gotta keep it clean.
Yeah. So you got, I don't know if you have any principles or anything, but it sounds like, number one is find something that you want to do and go all in on it.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't have any principles. The biggest principle: work hard and don't be afraid to work hard. If you don't want to work hard, you'll never build an empire. So I guess that's step one. Decide if you're willing to work hard or not. If you're not, don't try.
Define. So I'm going to ask you to define work hard. And what I mean by that is like working hard doesn't have to be necessarily with your hands.
No.
Okay.
So last week, my girlfriend and I, we went up, and some friends, we went up to the lake house up in Hiwassee. We're up there for 4 days, and I had
Thanks for the invite.
You're too busy grinding.
Yeah, that's right.
And I had 8 o'clock meetings every day here in Atlanta. So I drove to Hiwassee. I would stay the day there, hang out, and then then I'd get up at 4 o'clock the next morning, drive to Atlanta for my 8 o'clock. As soon as I'm done with my 8 o'clock, I would drive back and go to the lake. So I don't know, I probably drove 1,000 miles last week.
Yeah.
One, I had dedication to getting my work done, but I also had dedication because I promised my girlfriend I'd go to the lake with her. So sometimes you have to, balance it, and you got to do that. It's a 2-hour drive here from Hiwassee to Atlanta, and then back, it's 4 hours, for a 30-minute meeting.
Yeah, but that's a good example because that's like just everything all the time.
Exactly. It never stops. Yeah, that's the thing. And also my girlfriend's really, really supportive about it. She gets it. She's down in the weeds with me. She sees how hard it is to run a business. And there's never really, obviously she has her moments where, she's sad that I have to leave the movie or go do something, but there's never a time, she doesn't support me. She's like, hey, 4 o'clock in the morning, you got to go.
Is she also your biggest critic?
She can be.
Because my wife is an amazing, amazing supporter, but she will rip me off any pedestal that I ever thought I was on.
Damn right. Yeah. So Gabrielle, she got a suite down at my Buckhead location, and she's running a body sculpting clinic.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. And this morning she texted me. She goes, light bulbs out in the hallway. China needs her name tag. What's taking you so long? Can you please get this done? Like, yes, I'll get it done.
Yes, dear. Sorry.
Exactly.
There are no loose ends. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, she's a huge support. So are my folks. My dad's an entrepreneur. You know, him and I own a business up in Dalton together.
Like a carpet company or something?
No, trash company.
Got it.
Um,
You forgot to put that in your list in the
I
beginning.
don't do anything with that one.
Oh, okay. Those are the best ones to own.
Exactly.
Let me get in on some businesses where I don't have to do anything.
Exactly. But yeah, man, I mean, it's simple. If you want to build an empire, pick something, stick with it, and work really hard.
How long do you think you have to stick with something?
Man, that's hard because, I mean, I don't ever say roll over and give up, but there are some times that just something doesn't work, and you got to be able to pivot. I'd give something at least 18 months of nonstop blindfolders on, nose of the grindstone, just banging it out. And then, you might discover, hey, there's no room in the marketplace for this. This just isn't working. I need to pivot. I need to do something else. Just take that passion, put it in something else. Not everything works.
Yeah, I say 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great too.
I think when people do the 1 year thing, I think you really don't even know what you're doing for like 6 months.
Of course.
Like you're dangerous.
Yeah.
You have no idea what you're doing, and and that's okay. It's just I don't feel like you should count that in your year. So then the next 6 months, you're like, okay, all right. I've been in it.
Yep.
I definitely know what doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I've had maybe some success because I'm 6 months in. The lights are still on, so that's cool. And so then you spend 6 months, and at that point, you should have like a system. Mm-hmm. It may be a terrible system, but at least it's yours. Mm-hmm. And then you spend the next year, like you said, 2 years, you should be all in, head down.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd agree too. I mean, there's things that, people do and it might not be room in the marketplace or might not be an audience for it.
Yeah, I guess you could. I'm not against always like making adjustments. I feel like,
yeah, you got to be able to pivot, especially in today's world with technology and social media and everything. You got to be ready to pivot.
But I think, to me, pivoting is like when you touch a hot stove. Mm-hmm. Like, you only got to touch it once, and you don't have to touch it for that long. Mm-hmm. You're going to notice pretty quick, this is the wrong path.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't think anybody should spend like 2 years in retail and then 2 years running an all dry and then 2 years. Like, that's what I'm saying is like, you want to go all in on, I'm going to quit school. I'm going to find my passion.
Yep.
Okay. If you do that, I mean, like literally, like there ain't no hanging out with friends on the weekends. No. You live like a freaking monk or whatever you got to do to find out your deal. Or if you're like, I'm going to put college off because I really think I can be a professional marathon runner.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, but it's 2 years. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you can make little adjustments. This didn't work in the program. Okay. Right. I felt like I was going down that road. Oh, okay. That's definitely terrible.
You also got to be realistic. If I come to you and say, hey, Mitch, I want to be a jockey.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't be a jockey.
Yeah.
You got to be realistic. You got to set those realistic goals. Hey, in that first year, I want to do $20 million in revenue.
So, but
chances of it happening is slim.
But what if I came to you and I'm just going to play devil's advocate. I came to you and you're dropping out of college and I said, Christian, you need to be realistic here. I know that Mr. Elon Musk is famous, but you're not an Elon Musk. I mean, your name's Christian.
I hear you. I mean, I get that. But at the same time, it depends what I was coming out to school to do. If I was coming out of school, drop out of school to say,
But what if you're going to create a space company and you're going to go to Mars?
Okay. I mean, if I were to come out of college and say that, you'd probably be like, hey, let's come up with a different idea. Love the passion. But let's put it somewhere else. If you came to me and said, hey, I'm going to go play center for the Falcons.
I don't even know how to play baseball.
I would say, Mitch, man, you're probably not going to happen. Well, let's take that passion and put it in something else.
Yep. How far is too far? I mean, I guess that's the question.
It's rhetorical. I mean, it's different for every person. I mean, I got kids that went to high school with me, and, they were the valedictorian. If they came in here and said, hey, I'm going to go beat out Elon Musk, I'd say, yeah, let me be your partner. And then there's kids that
But then there's people that are not. You graduate high school, you're the valedictorian, you're the whatever, and then you meet them 15 years later.
And they're working at,
wherever.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not Elon Musk.
No.
And then some dude that.
No, I mean, that's a great point. I mean, also, for me, I mean, I'm not the one to judge. I would never, if somebody seriously wanted to do it, I mean, I guess that's one thing, but.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I guess the real boil point would be like if we looked at somebody that's like a valedictorian and didn't go on to be like an Elon Musk, and then somebody who's like a nothing and then went on to be an Elon Musk. I think that is just a representation of whether that person leaned into it, like you said.
Of course.
Like the valedictorian. I'm not saying all valedictorians, just an example. That person could have like rested on their laurels.
Yeah, they could have.
I passed all these tests versus somebody else came out hungry and said, look, I'm going to dedicate my life to this.
Of course. But I mean, if somebody came to me and said, hey, I'm going to beat out Amazon, I'd be like, okay, well, like realistically.
Start with Kmart.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If you want to do that, that's great. Let's hone in that passion to start on a smaller scale, and put a twist on it, because you're realistically not going to beat out.
But be the best at that smaller scale.
Exactly, whatever it is.
I'm gonna beat out Amazon with my flower store. All right, cool. Step one, have the best flower store in town.
That's a great. There's an online. I can't think of the name, but there's an online flower store.
1-800-Flowers.
Yeah, that is absolutely killing it.
Yeah,
killing it. And they kind of put a twist on Amazon. Amazon doesn't sell flowers. They're like, Amazon doesn't sell flowers. I'm gonna go sell flowers. And now they're probably $1 billion company.
That is true though. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
What can Amazon not do? But I like the infrastructure. I like
exactly. Yeah, I love the idea. I love being online, and I love the instant gratification. I mean, how cool is it to have flowers from a freaking pasture in California to, Woodstock 30188 in 24 hours? That's pretty damn cool.
Huh? Didn't even know that.
Hey Kim, you need some flowers?
Yeah, we're gonna open a flower store. Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I'm just go back to the roots, work hard, and make friends, and
friends are huge,
and good people. If you hang out with crap, you're gonna become crap.
What do you define as like a friend and acquaintance?
That can be hard because.
Or I guess I should say, what are you looking for when you're surrounding yourself with great people? You mentioned like mentors and stuff.
So my thing is, I look at people that are where I want to be, not financially. It has nothing to do with finances. It might be the janitor at the Ritz-Carlton that's worked there for 30 years and works his absolute butt off and has a great reputation around, Atlanta.
Yeah,
I could probably learn a lot more from him than I can a lot of people. It might be the CEO of whatever it is, something big. I have friends that are multi-billionaires, and then I have friends that make 20 grand a year, and I learn, but they're good people. They're not out drinking and hooting and hollering on the weekend, going to parties. They're always learning. I got one buddy that probably makes 30 grand a year, but he reads and he reads and he reads, and he knows more than everybody in this room put together.
Yeah, you do. I grew up like on a freaking farm. Tank tops and flip flops, and I'd joke around about hate being a hillbilly, but I was growing up a redneck and chewing tobacco, and it was a good time.
Oh, God.
But that mentality, that whatever you want to call it, those are some good people. Like you can always learn something from people, and I just like what you said. It doesn't have to be financial; it can be whatever.
No.
I learned so much about how to try to be a good person from literally like hanging out on hay bales with people in overalls. Like exactly. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, my mom was born on a farm in Nebraska, a cow dairy farm, and my grandpa, one of the smart. I mean, obviously I'm biased, but one of the smartest dudes I met had not even 2 nickels to rub together.
Because when you don't have anything and your word is the only thing that you have, you realize your bond with people. Exactly. Like if I told you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, my uncle here in Atlanta, he's is part of the prison ministry. So, he'll tell you, I work my butt off, and I'm the best prison minister there is. He preaches to the people on death row. He goes and meets them before they get killed, and he's on the road all day, every day, busting his butt, and he's the best in that industry. And he's not getting paid, and he doesn't make a lick off of it, but he's really, 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 really good at it.
Yeah.
And he loves what he does.
That's legit, man. So like, it's just always, guess it always goes back down to that, like, just lean into it, the golden rule.
Yep.
You try to be a good person and work really stinking hard.
Exactly. Yeah, and like I said, I would never judge a friend or acquaintance or whatever you want to call it off of finances. It's really more off their morals and what they do and how they treat others.
Because how you do anything is how you can do everything.
Exactly.
I know that's cliche, but if you're a crappy person,
do crappy business.
Yeah.
Crappy friend. Yeah, of course.
it's not like you're like a magical, ethical person when you go home and then you do an all dry deal and
Exactly.
no.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing. Surround yourself with good people.
How many people you try to put yourself around? Like, do you have like a number? Like, I know some people are like, 5. I want like 5 really good mentors, or 3, or.
So I have 2 really, really, really good mentors. Well, 3, obviously my dad being my number 1, but that's blood, it's different. So I have two out of my family really, really good mentors and best friends. And then I probably have 5 solid, really, really close friends that, if something happened and crap hit the fan, I knew I could call them. But, people, I have 20 best friends. That's dangerous. You might have 20 best friends, but it's really dangerous, in my opinion.
And it's hard to, like, especially like mentors.
Yeah.
You start getting all these different mentors.
Different opinions.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got opinions. And then you start to, I had a point where I was going around talking to a lot of people, and I was like, oh, he says this. He says don't do this. He said to do this. Well, he thinks this about this. It's like, no, man, get your 2, stay in your lane, and really believe in yourself, listen to yourself.
Yeah. So what's like the next thing you want to take on? You want to take those principles and you want to just open more all dries, or, I mean, those wrapped vans are pretty cool.
Yeah, probably get more. Sorry, man. Sorry, folks. Probably open more all dries. I just love the concept, and
You got to talk into the mic.
Probably open more all dries. I love the concept, and I love being able, because I mean, it does suck when Miss Betsy calls you at 3 o'clock and her house is flooded and there's poop everywhere. I mean, it's horrible. Nobody wants that to happen. But at the same time, if I can be there and help her walk through that process and make it less stressful, while building my own business and helping others, I mean, that's a home run to me. Just kind of like you charge your fee, you make good money, but at the same time, you're literally changing people's lives by coming into this gym. And I know Mitchell well enough that screw the money, he'd rather change lives than, the money. Obviously that's all important, but I think for me, when I put my head on the pillow at night, it's helping others more than it is the cash in my pocket. So
you feel so empty.
Yeah.
You would just feel terrible.
No. Because I also know a lot of rich guys that have no relationships, have no wife, have no kids, shitload of money, but nothing else.
I heard this thing this morning and last week, and it like really hit home about like, as you're going through life and you're trying to be successful, it's like you're always chasing these things that you don't have in an effort to reach an area where you can like relax.
Yeah.
But knowing that like that will never happen. Like nothing is more scary to me than not being able to do anything. Yeah. Like if I like retired and couldn't do anything, I'm just going to wake up and go to bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I got to help some people.
Exactly.
Dude.
Well, that's the biggest thing too. Like, I mean, think about it. What do you want people to say at your funeral? Well, Mitch was a hell of a guy. He made a shitload of money. Okay. No, hey, Mitch was an awesome guy. He was a great coach, and he literally changed. I mean, I've seen Mitchell change lives. I mean, there's some people that come in here, and they've lost 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds, and Mitch has absolutely just changed their life for the better, and help them achieve things that they would never been able to achieve. I mean, we were in here doing the Memorial Day workout, Murph. And, there were some people that are like, dude, I've never done over 3 pull-ups in my life, and now they're knocking out 100, and they've been here for a year. And how freaking cool is that? That's pretty neat. So
that's cool. You carry that concept like of how much you want to help people into all dry and all that kind of stuff. So you got, how many do you have? 2, 3? You bought the state?
Yeah, I got 5. I got 5 territories, and so basically up to Forsyth, down to Union City, so Atlanta.
Gotcha.
And Greater Atlanta, Woodstock, Cherokee County, Roswell, Fulton County, DeKalb, all those.
Huh.
Yeah. So
that's a lot.
And same thing with the tree business. When a tree falls on somebody's house at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we're the ones to go out there, I like being able to control the process and help them get that tree off the house. That to me I don't bill until 30, 60 days because I'm not worried about sending the bill. I'm worried about getting the tree off the house and helping them get their crap back together.
Yeah, because I'm sure I've never had that happen to me, but I can imagine if a tree goes through your living room, you're fairly traumatized.
Exactly, yeah. You're not looking for a $40,000 bill in the mail.
Oh, my God. I didn't know the number was that big.
I pulled that out of my hat.
Yeah.
And I just want to let you know I've been watching my language this entire time, Mitch.
Thanks, man. I told him it was a PG podcast. He likes to use a lot of whippersnappers and flinging.
Pretty good, Mitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I want to do more all dries. And I say that now, but I mean, there might be another. I love franchises. I know the next thing I do will be a franchise. So
is All Dry a franchise?
All Dry is a franchise out of Jupiter, Florida. I love
Jupiter, Florida. There's a lot of nice golf courses in Jupiter, Florida.
You're darn right. I don't golf, but
you should.
Nah,
I'm terrible, but it's pretty. It's pretty when you're on the course.
Yeah, I mean, I'll fart around in the golf cart and all that, and drink a LaCroix or something. But it's just,
LaCroix,
dude. It's too hot. I start to sweat, and then everybody's got to be quiet. And then one time I was out there and I drove across the green, and you would have sworn I shot the president of the United States. I mean, holy crap! I'm like, y'all, it's grass. I got a couple other things in the works too, so we'll see where those go.
Are they all in the mass destruction area?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
The other one that I own with my buddy Chuck, it's an environmental company. So, for instance, we do big digs, excavations. So up in Buford, there was an acre and a half of an old tannery where they used to tan leather. And they built houses.
I thought you were going to say where like people go to tan.
No.
I'm going to the tannery.
It's a tannery where they used to, tan the hide, and they would bury it, and then they built houses over it. And then the lady came in her backyard, and the EPA and the EPD all got involved, and we had to dig up an acre and a half of 12-foot buried leather and then fill it back up. It's a pretty big job.
That's interesting that would even happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. So stuff like that.
Cool, dude.
Yeah. So we'll see. Whatever the next thing brings. Hopefully it's more all dries. I really enjoy it.
Hey, that's cool.
I got a really good team too.
Way
Shout out to Big Jack.
Yeah, way to go, Jack.
Vinegar.
Woo. All right, dude. Well, hey, thanks for coming on. I think your story is like super cool, and I like that idea of just putting your head down, commit to whatever you're going to do. Step one is really just finding something you enjoy and going all in on it.
Yep, whatever it is, be the best at it. Challenge yourself.
Boom. That's right. And that's cool that you're able to do all that in just like 5 short years. I mean, from 19 to 24, and there's like all this stuff going on. There's more coming. It's just inspiring. It's just neat. I think that's a neat element of people that work hard. Like, you work hard in the gym, you work hard in your day to day. You're constantly winning in here to make you feel better out there. It's just like a really good thing.
Yeah. I love coming in here. It's my hour of fun and getting fit.
Getting fit.
Shooting the crap at the same time.
Yep.
We always have fun, don't we, Mitch?
I always have a blast. It is a good time watching the experience of your workout.
Yeah. I come out really, really quick. I can do good for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I'm just toast. I got to learn how to pace. We got to work on that. That's the next goal, Mitch. Got to learn how to pace me.
Yeah. You know what we should do? We should have like a meeting, like at like the whiteboard before like every workout.
Oh.
And maybe we like explain.
Is that what y'all are doing up there?
We're something.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought y'all just hanging out.
Nope.
Oh, sorry, man. I'll try to make that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Hey, well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, Mitch.
Hope you guys enjoyed it, and let's rock and roll.
Yeah, buddy.